July 27th, I believe, and we're off to the Amiskwi. Tomorrow we want to be at the pass. 28, 29 clicks, 27 clicks. Beautiful Amiskwi River. We're going to go over that bridge, but this is where the Amiskwi ends, goes into the Kicking Horse, and this is where this week's journey is going to start. Just a beautiful green color. Alright, and there's the old campground. Nice spot actually. It's too bad they don't allow camping. Anyway. Well, here's the view from the first night's camp. It's not that bad. So that was a brutal hike. I was just absolutely soaking wet, pushing through brush. Yeah, I ended up here. I think I'm just across Fire Creek, and I found a spot at 11:30 finally, after hiking some in the dark. And yeah, all my main gear absolutely drenched. You know, and it's simple. It started out as just a little shower, and the next thing you know, I was soaked before I could even get my rain gear on. And yeah, so now we have the big dry out happening. Last night I had to use my emergency clothes, and that's only the second time in I think the last 5 years. Yeah, it was a rough sleep too. Anyway, we'll get dried out and move on. I believe I'm at the Otto Creek Bridge. Stopped here for a pit stop. There was some pretty good trail back there for a while leading up to this. But there was also lots of bush. That first night I camped, I don't think that was Fire Creek. I think that was a creek before Fire Creek. But anyhow, stop here, have a pit stop, move on. Just wanted to show some good trail here. This is once we've got past Otto Creek. There's some nice big timber in here, but the trail's been really good. So we'll just walk a little bit of it here. That's a nice view up there. So we're headed to the Amiskwi River. I think it's called D3 on the GDT itinerary. But yeah, it's fantastic in here. This trail has been really good considering what we came through. That first day was just brutal. What a car wash. Okay, so we saw some good trail. Now here's some of the worst. We're still not to D3 yet. Alright, I think you get the idea. 4 o'clock, finally made the first Amiskwi ford. That was a long, tough stretch there coming down. Lots of alders. Alright, I'm going to the other side and have a break. Here's the ford just down from, I think it was D4. It's quite a nice little scenic spot here. I'm just going to move up a bit and we can see Amiskwi Falls. Yeah, Amiskwi Falls, pretty impressive. Can't wait to get a little closer. Third day on trail, approaching Amiskwi Pass. We're up close and personal with this big chunk of rock. There's looking back on the Amiskwi Valley, and yeah, you really don't appreciate it when you're down below. You can't see that much. Once you get up here, just close to the pass, it's awesome. Alright, we made it to the pass. Now we're still headed northbound. Ensign Creek. Best camp spot I've seen yet. A little bit of firewood here. Nice fire pit. Lots of space for several tents in here. It's my pit stop. Got a good lunch in. And that's where we're headed, northbound. I believe I'm on the Collie Creek alternate trail. And I've hit the burn. I think the burn's from last year if I remember correctly. Sure did open up the views over here. Definitely on the Collie Creek trail. It is steep going through this green section. I finally pulled out my poles. This is the first time on this whole trip that I've pulled them out. It's slow going. It's a little bit greasy too in places, so I'm glad to hear the water because I'm out of water, and I'm glad I'm in the shade. That heat was brutal coming through that burn area, but that's typical. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to show how steep it is, but it is steep in here. Collie Creek! That was a hard climb down. Greasy and steep. Lots of berries. And we're headed downstream. Collie Creek Bridge. Awesome piece of engineering. Home for the night, Blaeberry Campground. Great view. Take a little walk over here and get a better view of that one pile of rock. Yeah. That was a great camp at Blaeberry. Great rest. Everything worked out great. We've come to the end of the Collie trail. Here's the old bridge across the Blaeberry. So now I'm going to try and get across the Blaeberry, and I think I want to take the road back out after I tag up at Cairnes Creek. That was a fun little twist to the trail. It's a rope assist coming down from the road, steep bank, and then we've got this fine bridge here. Which also has a rope assist. And it's official, there's a GDT North. So we're going to head over to the Cairnes Creek. Cairnes Creek Bridge. Another little bit of a rope assist. Wow, look at that. There's the Blaeberry. There's the old bridge site just up here. And what a sad state of affairs this is. This used to be this used to be a fantastic place to camp at one time. Now it's just a miserable mess. So we hit the Blaeberry Bridge. I've had a break. It is scorching hot. I'm not looking forward to this long grind up this road. I'm trying to get to Ensign Creek before dark. That's where I'd like to camp. That would be awesome. That's the plan. It's 9:30 at night. I finally made it to Ensign Creek. Am I glad to be here. This is a great spot compared to the rest of the Amiskwi. So it'll probably be my last nice camp. Got lots of flat ground here and stuff. I'm not pleased that it's right on the trail, but we'll put up with it. And yeah, I'm starving. That was one brutal uphill. I took the road almost all the way. There was a couple little sections I took the trail, but wow, that was just a killer. Anyway, maybe we'll see tomorrow. Alright, we're back at Ensign Creek. Just packing up, ready to go. It's another late start because I got in late. It was 9:30 by the time I got here. What a brutal trudge up that road. It was hot, hardly any shade. Yeah, it was it was a tough go. Anyway, I think I've shown this already. This is a great campsite as far as the GDT goes. Anyway, maybe we'll try and have a quick look at the lodge here. We're at the parking lot of the Amiskwi Lodge, and it is quite the view. Wow. And here we've got some wire up. I guess that's to protect the vehicles probably from porcupines. And this is the end of the road. Let's see if we can find this lodge. So I continued up the road. We come to the parking lot, and just up the path here, here's a junction. It's an old trail. Goes down to the GDT again, like on Ensign Creek, I believe. But anyway, I'm going to exit that way, I believe. This is probably the water source to the lodge, and let's finally get there. Amiskwi Lodge. That's a steep grunt to get up here. Let's see what we got back here for a view. This, wow. Very nice. Nice view to the north off of this cabin. There's a second cabin here. This is an awesome place. Definitely want to come back here. Back from the lodge. Way quicker getting down, that's for sure. It is some steep going up there. So this is looks like really faint trail. It's going to take us, I believe, to the Ensign Creek Trail. So we're going to give it a go. It is very faint though. This is an awesome southbound view. Amiskwi Pass. Great Divide Trail. Sign for Amiskwi Ridge. Way over there. There's a trail there, it's flagged. And here we come to Yoho Park, where they don't want you to have any fun. You can't have a fire, blah blah blah. It's a gorgeous morning. We're southbound on the last Amiskwi River crossing, right at the ford. I don't know if you can see that. There's the flagging. Nice view. Here's camp. There's a hard, tough spot to find. Got hailed on real late, right at the end of the hike. Got car washed again, and it was really hard to find this spot. Just big enough to put the tent in. Made it to the Otto Creek Bridge. Nice little spot here. A lot of people say they camp here. There's not much space. There's a couple spots where one-man tent will work, but I don't know. Good luck. Just left Otto Creek. Come up the hill and there's a little intersection here. So there is a little spot here that you can camp. It's old road too. If you don't mind camping on some moose turd. But yeah, it's something. It's decent. There is water right back here too. There's a culvert and there's some water running through it. Just another option. Wish I'd have seen it sooner. On my trip, I probably would have stayed here. Here's looking back. Some big thunderheads forming. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but last evening, just before I got to my campsite, it started to hail. This is after I talked to a hiker I ran into, Sean, and I don't know, maybe 15 minutes later, I pulled over because of the hail and I got a poncho on, got loaded up, and I just instinctively yelled out as loud as I could as I stepped out onto the trail, and bang, boom, there he was. Mr. Bear, he popped up in front of me 20 yards, and he looked at me, did a pirouette and hit the bush. I was extremely happy that that's how that turned out. If that was a mama bear and cub, I don't know, it might have been a head-on charge, because it was close. 20 yards, I paced it out. So yeah, I'm happy and thankful that that's the way that went. Yeah, he was a big bear, not fully mature. I'd say he's 4 years old, maybe 5. He had a big frame on him. So yeah, you just never know when they're going to show up. I haven't seen fresh bear sign this whole trip. Nothing. And then all of a sudden, there he is. So anyway, this is a good piece of trail right here. But I'm sure we're heading to car wash territory soon. Beautiful view here in no man's land. This is that spot where I camped the first night, and last morning of the trip, this is where I ended up. The first night I ended up just back in there in that bush there. There's a decent spot, but I ended up down here. It seems like when I came to that first camp spot in the dark, I missed the turn, so I came through in a different way, and I believe the trail is just right below me. So we're gonna hopefully motor through there. I spent at least an hour trying to find my way through what I thought I came from. So we'll see how that all turns out. This is not a great site at all. It's open, but it's rocky. As you can see, there's corduroy underneath. It's lumpy. It's a bad site. But you got to do what you got to do. So maybe I'll film some as we go down, get a better look at where I think the crossing is. Instead, I was way up there. And the trail itself continues from this open area. It's just over here at the end of this. I wouldn't call it a meadow, but it's an old sawmill site, I believe. There's all kinds of junk here. From those days. A little bit swampy down in here. But yeah, there's the trail to continue north. There is a flag there at the corner. Campsite, all this junk laying around. As I said, the trail is just over this way at the end of this, if you're going northbound, the left side of this clearing, we'll call it. There's an old saw blade. So best way I found is how I was getting water. It's right out the back here. It's certainly not easy to see. You know, there's an alder in the way. Come through here. And it does look like there's some old tread right here too. So I'm pretty sure that is how you get there officially. Here's more tread here. I traveled up and down this, as you can see, got some old bottles, old bridge. This is where I was getting water. And you can't see it from here, but there is a couple of locations where it looks like there's some old bridges across this creek. So anyway, this is going to go up to the right a bit, and then it'll turn left. Alright, so yeah, I see what I did that first night when I came in the dark. This is where I crossed. And for the life of me, last night I could not find this spot. So I wasn't as far upstream as I thought I was, or had to go. And of course there is a little bit of, you know, an old roadway and tread there. So yeah, in the dark, sometimes it's helpful. You can see trail and tread really well, just because of the lighting and the shadows. And other times, like last night, I missed this turn right here going to the right. Okay, well, let's get back on tread here, fight our way through the willows and get home. Almost back to the trailhead, the Natural Bridge trailhead. It's getting late in the afternoon, 3 o'clock-ish. Looks like a little bit of a storm coming, and I just wanted to kind of show some of the bigger timber down. You can see that one. There's this one. And this big timber that's down is only on the first part of this trail from the trailhead. It's not a whole lot, but there's enough of it to be a pain in the ass. Yeah, as you can see further down. This is looking back. We're probably within a kilometer of the Emerald River and Kicking Horse confluence. That's where I'm going to have a break. It's getting late in the afternoon. Thunderclouds are coming in, and here's a tremendous berry patch. Soap berries for the not soap berries, buffalo berries for the bears, and I mean they are ripe. Really incredible. The Amiskwi River, just before it goes into the Kicking Horse. I think I got 3 clicks to go. There is rain coming for sure. I think I might go sit under the bridge there. I'm not feeling like putting the tarp up. So here's my pack. It made it. It's a Seek Outside. Not a scratch on it. It went through quite a bit of brush. Really tough pack. Very happy with it. The river is just beyond the bridge. It's going to empty into the Kicking Horse River. I think I might go sit under the bridge. There is rain coming. I don't feel like setting up a tarp.